love me, yeah. The streets ain't never loved me, yeah.
Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my phone they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger side when they tried to phone me.
Yeah, you know the streets ain't never love us.
Yeah. GD. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me.
Laying up in the hospital bed in ICU. Hit that button like every 3 hours to get those blues, yeah. Laying in the test of pain, I know shit won't be the same. Sipping my stomach, shit don't stop a thing, I'm still a man, yeah. But who gon' be there when you doing time? Can't get no money, so they dropping down, these niggas bitter. And I hope they get the picture, I'm only getting bigger. The top cat out my litter, yeah. Tell you they love you, but they hate you on the low. They hold you back, how they expect for you to grow. I got locked up, ain't said me nothing, but I'm your nigga. My body numb, I got no feelings for you niggas. I'm from what niggas will shoot you right here in these hallways. If you got trust in that, loyalty goes a long way. These size 11s, these pussies can't walk a mile in. They hit my cousin with life and he's still smiling. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me. Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my foreign they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger seat when they tried to fold me. Remind me of my gun, that was real shit, this real spit. Rocks I was selling was smacking them, call it Will Smith. I ain't never told and never folded under pressure. Yeah, them Neek was in that ambulance with me, he was on that stretcher. Niggas tried to take my life, I couldn't tell you who. Many men might not make it, I'm here to tell the truth. Me and Job, that's my brother, you know we moving tight. Brown boys fuck with the family and I'ma get them that. This my testimony, solid, all the rest is phony. Merrick niggas come at the fam and send your best opponent. I was stabbed, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. I know the streets ain't never loved me. He was shot, he was left with a zipper on his stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved us. Gang, Merrick shit, it's how we music, nigga. Go.
Yo, shout it out to everybody that's in the BYLDING. This is Big Dice the Ruler. I've been getting money since Calvin Coolers. A lot of y'all probably don't even know what that is. Probably don't even know what that is. But if y'all was outside, yo, Joff, was you outside? Because I was outside since we was drinking Calvin Coolers. I was outside, y'all, since they was drinking Calvin Coolers. You dig what I'm saying? It's Friday. It's Funky Fresh Friday. I got some grown folks conversation. You heard what Job said. He said, of course, man. How dare you insult me? You know what I'm saying? Cold-blooded Funky Fresh Friday. Got some things to talk about. I got some things to talk about. If y'all can hear me crystal clear, anybody except a dead body. You understand what I'm saying to you? Anybody except a dead body. Just let me know, quote unquote, that the dice cubes on the motherfucking thing will give me the indication that y'all can hear me crystal clear. City Bam, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for letting me know that I'm crystal clear. So let me get into the shout out right quick. You dig? Joff was the first one in the building. He said, type it tall. If y'all ain't subscribed, get over there. Number one, you got to pay $15. Joff on some shit. And I can't knock the shit. The nigga's a signed artist now. He's giving you raw music. First interview on there is 50 Cent. $15 a month, that ain't shit. You see what he said, grown folks content. Fair usage, y'all. Ghost Town Bullies, I see you in the building. Just Eric, I see you in the building. You heard me? City Bama, day one shit. This is outside of YouTube. My brother from another mother, part of the trifecta. Dog Soldier, me see you in the building. Job said monetization. This is a funny dude. This is a funny dude. Shout out to everybody in the building. I got some great shit to talk about tonight. I got some great shit to talk about tonight. If y'all didn't check the series, part 1 and 2 that I did called Let's Talk About Sex. Is oral sex. Yo, Jeff, where the fuck you was at? I thought about that. I should give you 10 seconds for that. All jokes aside, I should give you 10 seconds for that, Joff. Why the fuck you wasn't here for them great conversations? Why was you not here for the great conversation? You understand? Great conversation, y'all. It was a great conversation. What was wrong with my damn computer? Hold on, y'all. I'm back. Like he said, abstinence. Abstinence. We're going to talk about that tonight, bro, because I got some deep shit to talk about y'all. We got to get into this shit. I got some deep shit to talk about, y'all. I got some deep shit to talk about. And grown folks is in here. But, Job, let me ask you something. But I'm going to ask you something after we get into this music. Because it's time to start it out, you heard?
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything that exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?
Y'all already know, if anybody know my dog, 2 things is going to drive her crazy. If she hear a loud, abrupt sound going around the crib or a street, a motorcycle or a truck, but when this dog comes and heat y'all, I ain't fucking with you, Joff. This nigga talking about so we can pair it up with one of my cats. I got a cocaine white Dojo Argentina. Very crazy dog. Just turned 3 years old, September. 2 different dogs and certain times tried to mate her. I tried to mate them with. One of them was supposed to be this super stud dog down here everybody was talking about called Thor. She chased that nigga into a parked car. She bit that nigga all up and chased him into a parked car. And she hit him by his neck. So the owner said he was going to put a collar on his dog's neck, a spike collar. Nah, we ain't doing that. Egypt is so aggressive, they was like, we should put her on the rape bar. That's what these dumbass niggas be doing with their dogs. They be tying their fucking dogs up the fences and shit. Real weirdo shit. Queen Gigi, I see you in the building. Salute, girl. Appreciate you for pulling up. First time seeing you over here. Make sure you understand. Grown folks conversation over here. This is where the grown-ups hang out. If y'all did not check out Let's Talk About Sex, is oral sex a deal breaker? Go check it out, part 1 and 2. Part 1 and 2. I got some shit to talk about tonight. Grown folks conversation. Yo, Ja, if you in the building, hit Waiter up on the gram. He said he tried to hit you up. I want you on both of these songs. That's a fact. Yo, Ja, check this out. You got to check them. You should have been here, son. Think about that. You dealing with a woman, you meet her, y'all get together, y'all start rocking and rolling, you eating that cat, but no reciprocation. Same thing with the fellas. She's giving you the top of the top, but you're not giving her no reciprocation. Is that a reason to stay or leave? If that, all jokes aside, shout out to Dog Soldier, he in here. Al Boogie was in here, dog. That's Dog cousin. He said he was with a woman for 11 years that didn't want to reciprocate performing oral sex on him. And they separated. Now, they asked me, would I leave a woman if she didn't perform oral sex on me? No. That's lame. That's shallow shit. But I also said it will ignite and plant a seed in my mind that will make either you get tired of me or make myself get tired of you. Because, yo, just like I said, ladies, you could be chilling, rocking and rolling, just got ready, holding your man down the way you're supposed to. Then you wondering why he's not reciprocating when he over there asleep. You sitting in your mind, you rubbing on yourself like, is this me? Why he not doing it? Same thing with the fellas. You know what I'm saying? You done gave her that 3-speed, but she can't do no yum, yum, yummy. Shit, we turn over and start thinking shit like, is she really fucking me like I fuck with her? Because when we was coming up, that was the ultimate expression of love. Especially for a gangster. I don't know about them regular niggas. Retired now, though. Retired gangster. But when I was a gangster, I don't know about them regular niggas. This was the ultimate expression of love. Remember back in the days? If you heard a woman was practicing oral sex, it had to be something serious. Think about that, Gigi. She said, that's some shit to think about. Think about it. You're in a relationship with somebody. When we was coming up, there was a taboo. Man, we ain't eating no woman out. Niggas don't eat no women out. See them Jamaicans. Shout out to all my Rastas them. They tricked us. They came from y'all, they said, bad man not eat no yam. The yam no pum pum. Them ball. Them ball, them ball, them ball. And we believed that shit. And them niggas was eating our women out. That's why we lost our women to a lot of Rastas. Them niggas had more money. See, we was taking chicks to White Castles. We might buy them a pair of sneakers. They was taking them to King's Plaza and taking them shopping throughout the whole fucking mall. It's the difference. You heard Job said, ball cut. Yo, but Job, I would love to hear you on this shit right here. Shout out to Waiter Black. Shout out to Waiter Black. And shout out to Hot 16 DVD, TV. Cynical One, I see you. Yo, Job, I need you on this shit, son. This is my favorite song by Waiter Black. Let's go.
Wait up. I told my alibi.
Smash that like button and share this live. Hills 22, I see you.
Life is hard, y'all. I mean, for my big ones. All night in the vegan, I ain't never cried. Myra, nigga. I wish my car never had to die. Me in the streets, we had a conversation. Being broke was the motivation. They say they love me, but they really hate it. Me in the streets had a conversation. Me in the streets, we had a conversation. Being broke was the motivation. They say they love me, but they really hate it. Me in the streets had a conversation. I got a ball and went and found a block. God gave me a pill, Satan gave me a Glock. I met her once, she gave me the top. Of your life, you want it or not. Being broke was the motivation. Go through all the pain and couldn't make. I told Satan, suck a dick, I went and lost my faith.
Hold on, we gotta start that over again. Wait up. Shout out to Hot 16 CPVD, fair YouTube usage.
Wait up. I told my alibi. Yeah. In the beginning, life is hard, y'all. I mean, for my big ones. All night in the vegan, I ain't never cried. Myra, nigga. I wish my car never had to die. Me in the streets, we had a conversation. Being broke was the motivation.
So this shit different.
They say they love me, but they really hate it.
Y'all been waiting together.
Me in the streets had a conversation. Me in the streets, we had a conversation. Being broke was the motivation. They say they love me, but they really hate it. Me in the streets had a conversation. I got a ball and went and found a block. God gave me a pill, Satan gave me a Glock. I met her once, she gave me the top. Of your life, you want it or not. Being broke was the motivation. Go through all the pain that I couldn't make. I told Satan, suck a dick, I went and lost my faith. I was told if you want it, then go and take it. I got seeds worth the minds, and I got enemies. In other words, obstacles, gotta bleed. I Glock 9, a real so the need. I was sitting in the bin crying on my knees. I sat down and had a drink with me. I was thinking if my mama do, she think of me. My mama told me see my daddy when she look at me. Even though I love my aunt, I turned it to a speed. My nightmares, they turn into a dream. My money thoughts turn into a scheme. And think that life a game. And the shooting got no pain. I popped the bean and then I left the earth. Nigga had a gun, he kept it in his purse. My youngin' shot that, put him in a verse. I'm a rider, mirror tints on a black hearse. White man don't understand that being black hurts. Mama crying on the steps in front of a church. Crippin' is solidified. Yeah, I see my brother die. Little wanna slide. They ready for the homicide. Lord, take the pain away. My gun sing a lullaby. Ran from parole, I had to hustle, I ain't never hide. Trippin' in the beacon, I was tweaking, I ain't never cried. Real multiply, nigga, we don't never die. 100 grand flat in the streets, I had you dead. 100 round jump, big choppy, I'll behead. You used to get beside me, signs couldn't find me. See, we was in the trenches, and the bitches living grimy. Yeah, getting too much money up the hill, they tried to line me. Dominican, she freaky, give me toppy in the lobby. Yeah, you pushing, but you swiping cards. Yeah, I spin the block like I spin a yard. Yeah, you stay inside or you catch a charge. My nigga pray to God because they life is hard. My niggas in the Bing wishing they was home. Been there, done that. You ain't not alone. Me in the streets, we had a conversation. Being broke was the motivation. They say they love me, but they really hate it. Me in the streets had a conversation.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? them understand. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?
Yo, shout out to everybody in the building. Yo, and I'm gonna start my, I'm off tomorrow. Fortunately, funeral and wake this weekend. Rest in peace to my Uncle Aaron. Then I got another funeral next week. Rest in peace to my cousin Edna Earl. Woo! Job said that money is on Instagram. I'm gonna tell y'all again why I got off Instagram. Disgusting. The shit that I was seeing on Instagram was fucking my spirit up. It was some slamming positive shit on Instagram. It was some cool shit on Instagram. But some of the wildest shit was happening to me on Instagram. I don't even be fucking with people like that. Then it seems like Instagram is another way for people that you haven't seen for 100,000 years to try to make it seem like they want to be friends and bop up with you and all that. You know? Crazy shit. It just don't make no damn sense. But a lot of great people was telling me about the connections on the gram, linking up with certain shit. So you know what? I got to do that. But I'm telling you, Jav, I've been through some shit. Yo, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you all some shit. I'm going to tell you all some shit before I get into this show. It's the Most High that brought me to YouTube. Nothing else. I never, ever, I don't even fuck with social media. I've always been a ghost. I've had conversations with niggas about me. Niggas talking about me. Nothing bad, niggas speaking about me admirably, telling me and I'm like, what? You heard what they said. He said, yo, when is that Big Dice Joffy interview coming? Yo, WS, tell me if nigga I should give this nigga 10 seconds. Nah, the nigga Job be running around, y'all. It's time though. Lola, I see you in the building. She said, just dropping through to say what's up. Be positive, do great content, have a great show. Yo, Lola, I don't know. Go check that show I did last night. I did a part 2. I did one last night, the night before that. It's called Let's Talk About Sex. Can oral sex be a deal breaker in a relationship? That's a fact. And Jav right, I stayed away. Yo, let me tell you something. Quick story, I'm going to sum it up. I'm a good person, even though I've done some things that I don't even understand sometimes. I've learned to deal with why I've done certain things, especially when I was younger. Anger. Misconstrued anger. Angry about shit with my pops. Real life shit. Angry about shit. You know, certain things people, men should be able to talk to their kids about. Sufferation and struggling my moms went through. My grandparents. You know what I'm saying? We got Cassandra in the building. We got the other half of Laverne and Shirley. L'Oreal is here. That's Laverne, Miss Cassandra and Shirley. Lola says, sex is spiritual. And when people get that, they keep their mouths to themselves. But that Instagram people, I'm telling you, it'll be people, I don't know about nobody else. That's why I know it's, let me tell you something. Can I tell y'all how people have went through so much beef on YouTube? Somebody watching you in the chat, hitting you in the DM, then they try to show their most humblest dedication and support to you by relaying negative energy, he say, she say, something that they know is gonna grasp your attention to the fact where you're gonna try to follow it up. Where they're gonna try to follow it up. You heard what he said? He said, yo, they be picking your brain only to be described as scumbags. And then when it came to just getting on YouTube and starting certain shit, it's some day one people that was here. It's some, yo, I'm gonna say this now, and I'm gonna publicly say this because I mean this from my heart. Some official members from Team Guardian. When I tell you I miss their presence at certain times. And then I don't miss their presence at certain times because the presence that they showed weren't genuine. You know why I've never had a problem going around a person or going around a group of people or going around what people may say might be dangerous situations? Because I don't believe in crossing people. See, niggas that be doing grimy shit and starting certain shit, they don't be wanting to mingle because they be knowing that somebody they put in the mix, because it'll be a nigga that don't like you and don't like him. But he'll act like he fuck with you, but he really don't like him, but he just acting like he fuck with you. And he will line you niggas the fuck up and watch you niggas self-destruct. But when it comes to this YouTube shit, it'll be people that'll pop up in your DM, especially if you unaware to the theatrics with YouTube, and you'll think they're being 100% genuine. Then you meet some people, now check this out. This what I got. This some shit that got me in some shit on YouTube. Meet a person, respect the nigga, try to build a brotherhood, you did, because you know friendships turn to brotherhood. I ain't never been one to go by a blind ear, meaning if I fuck with you, male or female, if something comes past my ear that may be harmful to you or your family, I gotta let you know. I don't know, it's just something about me. If I fuck with you, I gotta let you know. Now, when it comes to other shit, if I don't know a motherfucker, I stay out the motherfucking way and mind my business. But if I fuck with you, I gotta let you know what's going on. And that got me in trouble. That literally got me in trouble because you can tell a person something that's in their best interest, but because that person doesn't really know you in a length of time, they'll take it like a joke. It's not about how long you knew a person. It's about the impact that they made on you that's genuine. It's motherfuckers I knew all my life that I would never be around again. And then there's people I've met for a year or 2 years, 3 years ago, that I would be devastated if I couldn't just have a handshake or speak to them on the phone from time to time to make sure they're all right with them and their families. You dig what I'm saying? The nigga Job said abstinence. Yeah, we're gonna get into abstinence tonight. I got a famous person that did something that shocked me. One of the things that they did, it's really shocking. And then something else they did was beyond shocking. But it made sense. And I wanted to share that with y'all. Everybody in this chat, I promise you, when I show you who this person is, you're gonna be like, what? Oh shit. But I seen this the other day and I thought about it and I said, I gotta talk about this shit because it's been on my heart. It's been on my mind at work and all. I'm thinking about this shit like, oh shit, abstinence. Queen Gigi said, real loyalty. I'm from Utica Avenue, ma. I can't help it. I was born in Kings County Hospital. I'm from Utica Avenue, Crime Heights, home with some of the most vicious fist fights. I'm from where niggas pull their guns out and give them the niggas and shoot the fair one. You know what I'm saying? I can't look your moms in the eyes and let something happen to you. And this may sound brutal. And this may sound kind of fucked up what I'm about to say. But that's the only reason why a couple of niggas I grew up with ain't fucked up right now.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds be cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy, when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. All these expensive clothes, like was that smart? Now they uploading they clothes on the Poshmark. Switch, baby, careful with this. I mean, this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like high from who? Bout to put your car on skates. You think you slide through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told.
Sandra said, oh, you got a heart. Yeah, that's why I don't fuck with motherfuckers. I'm a Virgo. That's just why I don't fuck with motherfuckers. But every lesson I've learned wasn't a loss. See, some people say when you go through some shit, it's a loss. I take it as a lesson. Because if you did some sucker shit, all you did is sharpen my pencil. You dig what I'm saying? All you did is got my mind sharper to evaluate and analyze everything that comes in front of me, because I'm not really one of them people that let people close to me. So if you do get close to me, only thing I could do is give you the honor that I need. Honor, devotion, loyalty, support, real friendship. Simple words, but they mean so much. Like I said, it's friends of mine that people that I am friends of, because my grandmother said, just because you're somebody's friend, don't mean they're yours. But people that I am friends of, I can't do nothing to niggas, even though it was a time I wanted to. How could I do something to somebody and your mom, I was at your crib for a sleepover? Or when we was throwing block parties and all that shit, we was helping each other mothers bring food and stuff outside. We was putting up the police barricades at the corners together. Dudes is weirdos. That's one thing I will say about the team of dudes that was around me on Utica and Prospect. Divine, I see you in the building, sis. Ain't none of us kill each other. Couple of us, what I mean by us, not me, but a couple of us have gotten arguments, and it was a shot to the foot, shot to the stomach, a shot in the ass. But thank God, like, I can really say from my childhood comrades, none of us killed each other, like, or nothing like that. Because I noticed a lot of people, friends, so-called friends, is killing each other today. But let's get on abstinence. Anybody in here ever practice abstinence? If you've ever practiced abstinence, shout out to my nigga Joff. If you've ever practiced abstinence, let me know. This, if you don't know what abstinence is, completely no sexual activity. Nothing. Anybody in here ever practiced abstinence? If you have, if I'm not being too nosy, would you mind sharing how long? And can you tell me why? Dog said, I have. I have too, y'all. And it's some deep shit. That's why when I saw what this person did, it jarred me back. Divine said, I have. You go, girl. Dog said a year. One time was about 9 months for me, dog. And one time was 17 months and 4 days. That's a little over a year and a half. And it was by choice. It was literally by choice. I want to talk about something. Is it me? Or do it seem like the best relationships always started and blossomed continuously through conversation and courtship? Miss Cassandra said, yo, I am now. For a year. Yo, dog, why did you decide to practice abstinence? Divine, why did you decide to practice abstinence? Miss Cassandra, if y'all don't mind telling me, why did y'all decide to practice abstinence? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you why I decided to practice abstinence for the first one. So I'm going to let it be fair. Be fair. The first 8.5, 9 months, I'm going to tell you why. I was dating a young lady by the name of Kimberly Christine Watson. I was about 6'1". She was about 5'11". This the era when, you know, your girlfriend wear your hoodie to the store, your girlfriend wear your shirt to the store. This is the Guess jeans era. When I say I had the most fun with this lady, I knew her for about 4 months. I would always watch her. Never knew she was watching me. Knew her for about 4 months. Never knew she was watching me. Ironically, there was a party in Jackie Robinson. Shout out to my homegirl, Meek. Me and her was dancing. We wound up walking downstairs to the store, coming back to the projects, going to her apartment. You know, we kissed a little bit, you know, a little grabbing, a little squeezing, a little enjoying each other, but fully clothed. Did we have sex that night? Nope. Did I stay the whole night with her? Yep. And God gave me her for another 11 days. For a week of them 11 days, I was just going to check her, was talking, she cooked for me, talk on the phone, she come check me at the crib up on Utica Avenue. I'll walk her, come get her from Jackie Robinson, walk her to the crib, she come chill with me, walk her back home. God gave her to me for 11 days. We wind up having sex, making love. Now I'm going to say we made love. The 9th day, the 10th day, I'm up on Utica Avenue getting money. Something was going on, God bless the dead, with my man M. I go home to Utica Avenue. I was supposed to go back down and check her that night. But some stuff went down on Utica Avenue. I go check her the next day and go to her house. And when I come in the projects and come to the second floor, I'm greeted by detectives. When I see them on the second floor, it's not dawning on my head that something is wrong in her house. So I'm going to walk by. And when I went by the door, they was like, where you going? I said, what you mean where I'm going? I'm going to see my shorty. He's like, what's her name? I said, Kimberly. He said, what's your name? I said, my name is Dice. He said, so you don't know what's going on? I said, what are you talking about? She passed away. She had a seizure in her sleep. And God took that young lady home. 9 months after that, I ain't want to look at nobody. I think it was like a stage of mourning, being angry because I didn't understand why such a nice person God would take like that. See, I'm younger, so, you know, certain things I'm not really in tune with God the way I am now. I don't question God anymore. You dig what I'm saying? What I know now about God, I didn't know then. So I'm angry, I'm mourning. And I felt as though I was cursed, dog. Young lady I was with before her, me and her got into an argument. We broke up. She got hit by a car. She was paralyzed. Kim passed away. So for like 8.5, 9 months, by choice, I decided I didn't want to be with anybody physically until I got my mind right. Because I knew that I was thinking about her and I was devastated about the whole scenario. Now check this out. This is why I was devastated about the whole scenario. Because the night that she had the seizure, I was supposed to spend the night with her. See, this is going to be with me to the day I die. That's on my mother's grave. I live with this every day. That's why the streets, I don't like the streets no more. Because me going to a situation where could have took my life or had me killed because of some bullshit, if I would have been with her that night, not saying that I would have stopped it, but I would have been there. So I'm kind of sure that I would have prevented her from passing away. Because ironically, this is why it sits on my heart also. My father, he suffered from epilepsy. I've been helping my father with seizures since I was 9 years old. First time I called 911 for my father having a seizure, I was 9 years old. I still remember the lady telling me, keep him calm, go get a cold rag, put it on his head, don't scream at him because he's in a coma-like state and he's scared. Let him know where he's at, let him know what's happening, and the ambulance is on the way. China, salute. See you in the building, boy. And that's why I practice abstinence for 9 months. Divine said, I've been abstinent for 3 consecutive years. I broke up for 2 years, back again for 3.5 to 4 years. It was due to lack of male choices, poor quality. There ain't nothing wrong with that, sister. That's all lessons. You dig what I'm saying? We all make some mistakes. We all made some decisions. I don't even say we should regret no more. I think we should like cherish them because we made decisions, like I said, that sharpened our pencils. You know, that smartened us up for certain situations. Cassandra said, I haven't been in a relationship in a year. She said, I still went for my annual checkups and the doc and told the doc everything. All this pain from around 2005 to 2014, post breakup with my ex-fiance, stuff like that. She said, I haven't been in a relationship now for 2 years. Oh, wow, Dice. My condolences. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. She said, sis kept me grounded. You want to hear something funny? All jokes aside. It's just that I was only a year older than her. and from her being from Jackie Robinson Projects. And she was the, I don't know if you're familiar with Brooklyn, she was like the girl that worked at Macy's, but she lived in the projects. She was the girl all the drug dealers wanted to be with. But her heart and her family showed her something totally different about her worth. That was the first, I think the first, matter of fact, I know Kim is the first woman that showed me my age that she understood her worth. Like she knew that shit. I never forget asking, I'm like, so what made you fuck with me? She was like, nigga, because everybody that was trying to fuck with you, you turned them down. She started naming girls from the projects because I was the new dude that was around the projects that was and Abba and Uber and the cars and all that. So make a long story short, some of the females that had made their attempts to get my attention, that shit is a turnoff to me. That shit, I'm gonna keep it funky with you. I'm not from that era. Right? I'm not with them. If I was back in the days to accept a situation or get to know a chick that was aggressive, I wasn't fucking with her like that. I wasn't fucking with her like that. It was just a pastime. Because it's always gonna be in my mind. If you was that bold and aggressive with me about what you wanted to do with me sexually, and I'm doing it to you, how many other dudes you did this with? Because it's too comfortable the way you executing this plan with me. That makes sense. Let me see some dice cubes. Back to abstinence. When the relationship isn't, I say severed. Now I'm starting to look at this shit like it's a umbilical cord cutting. Before two people, in my opinion, have physical sexual intercourse, I'm not saying anything about kissing each other, fondling each other, grabbing up, rubbing on each other, you know what I'm saying? Intimacy, you know, cuddling, talking, watching, falling asleep together, watching movies, going out, you know, enjoying each other. Kill, salute. Back then, it seemed like when you was getting to know somebody, everything was just like, damn, like you just couldn't wait to hear from her. You couldn't wait to see her. Same thing with the ladies. You can't wait to see them, y'all. Can't wait to get around your guy. You can't, you know, you're getting fly and all that. Check her out. The preparation on both sides. I gotta be right. Shorty coming through. About to go check my shorty. I'm getting a haircut. Give me a little good cologne, you know, some Fahrenheit. Some black tuxedo Ralph Lauren, you know, something different. Something that would intrigue her motherfucking nostrils. Rest in peace to my mother. She taught me that. She said, ain't nothing like an intelligent man that smell good. She gave me that game. The whole intimacy without physical connection, it just seemed like it empowered us. That shit just empowered us. Like, damn, I fuck with shorty. I just can't stop thinking about this doo-doo head, man. You know, shorty, when y'all was talking to your homegirls, I'm waiting for this nigga to call me back. See, they took the anticipation out of relationships, and I didn't even catch when they started it. They started it with beepers. Back in the days, when you gave somebody your house phone number, you had to be home to get the phone call. You did? Now they introduce a beeper. The beeper is a number that you can have to get in touch with you. Now, because you outside. That makes sense to y'all? Pay attention. Before the beeper, you had to always be in the house with anticipation of somebody that you was interested in. Remember, like Back in the days, can I get your number? Yeah. Or the lady would say, yo, I'll take your number and call you. Remember, it was times when you would sit in the house and wait for a person to call you? Now they tell you, we invented this little thing called a beeper. You ain't got to be home no more. As they start remodeling the world and all that, you ain't got to be home no more. Because remember, back in the days, you just wouldn't go outside because you was anticipating a phone call. Then you was on the phone for hours. Then if you missed that phone call, you damn near was upset and depressed, so you wouldn't went and go where because you would hope that that person would call you back. Because if you called them and they wasn't home, you did? I'm going to show you something that a famous person did, and it blew my mind. But first, I'm going to shout it out to Rob B, man. Free the young boy Rob B. Let's go.
Hey, come here. What the fuck is this thing? What the fuck is this thing? Hey, come here.
Y'all wanna ball? Let's play. Been through the court looking for he came. I pray I see Seti when I spin a raid. Shots to his head, make her come out as do him like Diddy or do him like Blade. The way he gon' die and get left on the page. Like DB gon' bend both ways. But watch his 40 count fuck up his face. I got a mop looking for a sweep. But he gon' dust him and put him to sleep. Nighttime out, no I don't need him. Nighttime out, no I don't need a ski. Thought told me stop, so I had to OD. Why would you get in the way when I tweet? I say you gon' die when he running to me. Better run, don't trip or you gon' be a spleen. I'm an EBS demon, don't know what to do. If I get in the mood, then I'm going cool. Fuck all them niggas that dissing the tunes. Tell them get in tune when I step in the room. She gon' eat cause she know I'm a lead. I'm a vato, bitch, I'm not a sweet. If I see when I throw more than 3, Rob B and B ain't no bigger than me. Who the fuck wanna kick with the devil, they dumb. Big knocks and I ooh for fun. Like when I back out the knocks, leave them done. That big in your ass, I put that on my son. I throw out the knocks, I still can make them run. Like G-Pop, he all in my bun. I see X that I going for the bar. You dropping the Mac and you don't got a gun. Baby get nigga, do it for the vibe. I been through his block and I'm cracking his top. Like skin bad bitch, ass fat like mulatto. And B, I be scoring like I hit the lotto. A nigga told Cotton, I'm popping his bottle. This spot with some dawn in the case of Moscato. Wherever I go, all the bitches follow. EBSD on my gun, keep it hollow. Y'all wanna ball? Let's play. Been through the court looking for he came. I pray I see Seti when I spin a raid. Shots to his head, make her come out as do him like Diddy or do him like Blade. The way he gon' die and get left on the page. Like DB gon' bend both ways. But watch his 40 count fuck up his face. I got a mop looking for a sweep. But he gon' dust him and put him to sleep. Nighttime out, no I don't need a. Nighttime out, no I don't need a ski. Bro told me stop, so I had to OD. Why would you get in the way when I tweet? I say you gon' die when you running to me. But I duck, don't trip or you gon' be a spleen. Gah, gah.
Yo, free Rob B, man. That kid is too talented to be taken away from us to stop that talent he got right there. I pray that he come home safe immediately. But let's get into this famous person I held away from y'all, but I wanted to pay attention because this is some deep shit, y'all. And then we're going to build about it. And I will drop the link. So if you want to pull up, you're more than welcome. Intelligence over ignorance over here, though. You heard?
Redman has shared a life-changing decision that has transformed his perspective and overall well-being. For over 2 years, he has practiced celibacy, stepping away from sexual relationships and distancing himself from friends who maintained habits he no longer wanted to be a part of.
Instead of just saying, okay, I just quit. Because that word right there and quitting, your mind start fucking with you. You might get around other people that's still doing what you're trying to quit from. So it's not just about quitting. It's about allowing yourself to get around from the distractions of what you're trying to quit from. Like if you're trying to quit from not fucking so much, right? But your boys are constantly going to the strip club and going to the club, then you have to discipline yourself and say, okay, I can't hang around these guys no more. And if they're not willing to understand that I'm fasting from it and I want to stop it, then I can't be these guys' friends no more.
What y'all think about that? That makes sense? Y'all agree with Redman makes sense? Because I never believed that he would have practiced abstinence as he's been doing for 2 years And he stopped smoking weed. And he stopped smoking bud. Another question, y'all believe him? Look in his eyes. If you believe him, let me see some dice cubes.
My girl and I broke up maybe 3-4 years ago. I was going through such a shit divorce that lasted 7 years. That played a role in why it took so long to drop Muddy Waters as well. 7 to 8 years of straight court divorce. I had so much on my plate. And I actually fasted 2.5 years. No fucking, no smoking.
Wow.
Straight 2.5 years. And it was the best thing I could have ever done in my life.
I want y'all to listen to this one more time.
I could have ever done in my life.
The best thing he said he's ever done in his life. Let me ask y'all something. Everybody in here that may be in a relationship or not in a relationship, I'm talking to the ones that's in a relationship right now. Talking to ones preferably that have been in a relationship. They've really been in a relationship with the person they're with. Let me ask you something. Right now, a 90-day fast, like Redman said, a 90-day fast. You don't break up with the person that you're with. Whether you live together or not. Still in a relationship, still love each other, still going on with your relationship like you would if you were having sex. But the same attention, the hanging out, talking on the phone, the texting, the washing clothes, the taking the kids to school, the walking the dog, whatever it is that you're doing in your relationship, 90 days without sex, who could do it? In a relationship. In a relationship. Shout out to everybody. You see what Sister Divine said. But she's not in a relationship. You see what Cassandra said? She's not in a relationship though. I'm talking to people right now that are in a relationship. I think, and I'm going to try this shit. I'm going to sacrifice the lamb with myself on this. For real, I'm going to think about that. Now, I just wanted, this shit got me thinking from what Redman was saying. Like I said, fair YouTube uses, man. I want y'all to pay attention to what Redman's saying. This is some deep shit.
Celibacy, 2.5 years, no smoking, 2.5 years. And it was the best thing and believe me, I wanted to. I was fighting it. I was fighting. I was sweating. I was in my house going crazy because I lived alone. I live alone. So
them demons. When you tell yourself you want to change the way you moving about certain shit, y'all don't want to hustle no more. A motherfucker will call you the next day and be like, yo, I got 125 grams for you, boy. Say some dumb shit, hypothetically speaking, and I only want 17 a gram, boy. The minute you say, I don't want to hustle no more, motherfucker call you and say, yo, I got 50 pounds of some motherfucking Zop, boy, 2,200 a pound. You want that shit? The minute you say, yo, check this out. I just got out of a bad relationship because I noticed this shit. This some deep shit when it comes to men. Women, y'all got this kind of up on us. Real women, I noticed that if they get out of a relationship, real women, and what I mean by real women, women that know their worth. I ain't knocking the sisters that's out here playing. I'm talking to the women that know their worth. Because real women that were in a relationship with somebody that they care about, really, really love, it's going to take some time to evaluate that whole situation and heal. They're going to either think about whether they're going to try to reconcile. They're going to think about if they can reconcile. They're going to think about just because they may have made a decision, was this the right decision? Because we all make the wrong decisions when we're upset. And then some of us, we have different periods, I've noticed, when it comes to calming down in certain situations just out of our soul, where it doesn't bother us no more just to even think about the increment of how it even started or what you went through or how it ended. You don't even be like, man, fuck that shit. That's some deep shit, right? But if you living with somebody and you're in a relationship with somebody and you eliminate the sex, I think this would take people back to when they really cherished and respected love, like, and each other. Because when you knew she lived with her moms, and if you would have tried to quote unquote have sex with her in her mother's house, you knew her father and her brothers would try to kill you. You knew before you went to your girl house that you was going to be sitting in the living room in front of her grandfather or her grandmother. They got propped up in the chair, smelling like mothballs, watching teacher, just talking to each other. You knew there was not going to be any type of physical intercourse. You may touch each other's hands. You might just hold hands and watch TV and talk and laugh and all that. But it ain't going to be no sex. But the deep part about it is both parties still agreed to do it. That's some deep shit. Both parties still agreed to do it. The young lady that know her grandmother is going to be sitting up in the living room watching them, even though she going to be nodding off every few minutes because they got her on that goddamn Robitussin. And then the young man that decided to go see this woman, knowing that grandma going to be in the living room with her. She watching Steve Harvey, Family Feud. Probably would have been Richard Dawson back then. But as adults, it seemed like sex becomes an obligation. Is it just me? Well, if I'm dealing with you and I'm in a relationship, if my body is craving attention or I'm horny or I'm feeling frisky, a lot of us got it just fucked up like, yo, you supposed to just feed that crave. But think about that. Redman said for 2.5 years, when he didn't do this, he felt as though that was the best thing he did. And this is some deep shit. I'm gonna let him say it to you. He said, because when it comes to having sex, he said, when it comes to indulging in any type of drug, you're doing that for the flesh. When you want to feel hot, when you want to smoke, you want to drink, whatever you into, you know what I'm saying? You're doing this for the effect that it's going to have on you and your physical body. Same thing like sex. When you're going to get that cologne or you're going to get that haircut or you're going to get that new outfit, ladies, or that new Victoria's Secret two-piece, because you know this is the night that you decided to rock and roll with the young man that you chose to be with. But the anticipation, and it seems like the whole, how can I say it? The efforts that both parties, us men and women, it seemed like after the physical sex part, both people just back off when it comes to the same efforts they was putting in before the sex. Now check this out. Before she gave you some sex, you called her every time. She said, you gonna call me at 7 o'clock? You call me at 6:53. Damn, nigga, ain't even 7 o'clock now. You know I'm already in the house, so I just said I would call you. She give you some sex. You gonna call me at 7 o'clock? Now you call at 8:40. as before you had physical intercourse with this young lady, anytime she asks you to call, you pinpoint it. We pinpoint that shit because we trying to prove what you mean to us, how we feel about you. And then some ladies, you know, you might have that magic donut, that magic dynamite, that goddamn pothole that is, it's like some stew beef, some slow smothered stew beef. Yummy, yummy. Fill up the tummy. And then you say, once you've done everything to impress this man, the perfume, the outfits, you made sure that any time before we've had sex, your hair was immaculate. If y'all understand anything I'm saying, let me see dice cubes. Ladies, your hair is immaculate. I'm gonna make y'all laugh right now. If you want to go out to get something to eat, your appetite is so light. Oh, that's it. That's all I want. I want a salad and a water. I ate earlier. You know I'm watching my figure for you, Daddy. But after y'all give us sexual intercourse, the physical yammy, like Dog said, you hit us with that crazy glue. Now I come pick you up and you looking like Laverne and Shirley. No, excuse me, you looking like Carol Burnett. I was thinking about L'Oreal, I just saw her laughing. Now I come pick you up, you looking like Carol Burnett on Mama's House. You farting now. The underwear don't even mix, it's mix and match now. Before it was a pink top, a pink bottom, pink pair of socks, pink glitter, perfume. Now it's a pink top, a checkerboard bottom, and some, you don't even get the same socks on no more. You don't even get the same socks on no more. A lot of you ladies might be laughing right now, but you know I'm telling you the truth. When you're trying to prove to us that you are the prize, you know that, right, ladies? That you are the prize, because to any man, you are the prize. You're my lady. So I've won all thoughts over your mind and your heart to be with me. The loving is spectacular. I say you can cook. And then you ask me what I'm bringing home to eat. Am I telling the truth, ladies? Why does the whole seem like enthusiast attitude that both parties have, male and female, before there's any type of sex is so remarkable and beautiful? But then after the sex, we start arguing. It's a lot of this shit I was thinking about. Some people gonna laugh. I really don't care. Because this is what I really feel about this shit. The minute that sex get involved, the insecurities, the jealousies, they rise. Because when you're trying to court with somebody and y'all haven't made it official that y'all are together, you know that she has other men that may be trying to get in touch with her. And then he has other women that may be trying to get in touch with him. So back in the days, do y'all remember these conversations? Oh, you told them bitches you got a girl now? All right, how about this, ladies? Yo, you know them niggas used to be around? Them niggas know who I am, right? Meaning, nigga, all them chicks you used to be playing with up in your face, did you tell them females yet that me and you are in a relationship? And if I find out you fucking with them females, it's gonna be a problem. Same thing with the dudes. Yo, check this out. I know the nigga wanted to fuck you for years. That nigga always looking at me funny when I'm coming to check you and all that shit. You told me you gave the nigga your number a couple of times and y'all used to talk over the phone, but you ain't never sleep with him, which turns out to be true. But did you tell that nigga that you my motherfucking shorty? Did you tell that nigga that I'm your man? See, let me explain something to you, ladies. Back in the days, you had to be solid to be like, that's my girl. And niggas be like, oh, my fault. Pardon me. My fault, boy. I ain't know. I ain't even know no shit like that. Because it was some niggas that you'd be like, that's my shorty. Niggas be like, I don't give a fuck if that shit's shorty or not. Shorty was talking to me, boy. Go check that bitch. The insecurities grow on both sides. Egos with men, yo, niggas better know who you is. Niggas need to stop playing with me. Insecurities and fears on your side, ladies. Is he fucking with somebody else? I hope he not cheating on me. Because sisters, I'm telling y'all some deep shit right now. This is some fucked up shit, man. Russian Princess, I see you in the building. Shout out to you and the gorgeous ladies of iTalk. You know that question y'all start asking yourself after y'all have opened up and gave us your all. Is he fucking somebody else? I hope he don't cheat on me. I hope he don't fuck this up. See, back in the days, when a chick called her homegirl, I got cousins. When they homegirls be like, yo, what up with you and that nigga, bitch? You know what's up with me and that nigga. We good. We going to the movies tonight, bitch. What's up with you and that ugly nigga you fucking with? Nowadays, the conversations are different in my family when it comes to my female family members. Because when I hear them now, there's a worryation I hear in women. I hear it at my job. There's such a fucking worryation. Like, so many women feel like their man is cheating on them or going to leave them or they're going to lose. Yo, ladies, what is it? What is this fear that we have about losing somebody to another person? If you didn't have sex with them, you wouldn't give a fuck. Yeah, I was fucking with Shorty, but I ain't never beat. So what she fucking with old boy? Yeah, that nigga called me a couple of times. I ain't never gave him no pussy, girl. Fuck that nigga and that bitch. Why is it such a difference if sex is involved? I'm about ready to do a motherfucking abstinence challenge and see if people want to get on the board. Like, if you really got somebody that you really want to know if a motherfucker love you. Yo, ladies, you really want to know if a nigga love you? I know niggas is gonna get mad what I'm about to say, but I don't care. Because I ain't like some of you niggas on YouTube just trying to convince these women to get in touch with you. Like my man Compa said, he told me to just say this. Rest in peace to the dread. Y'all want to know if the nigga really fuck with you, ladies? I'm giving Jews to my sisters. It's a new year. I'm trying to get people to understand each other so they can stay together instead of separating. It's just a high degree of people that's just separate. Ladies, tell your man, let's don't have sex for about 6 months. Yo, my dudes, it's rough nowadays. Forgive me, sisters. Instagram, social media has raised a lot of people and destroyed their motherfucking morale and their motherfucking etiquette and their integrity. So check this out, fellas. It's serious right now. You need to ask your chick, yo, let's not have sex for about 6 months. And ladies and gentlemen, you will really know if that person loves you that you love. Because it seems like, is this me or am I wrong? If I'm right, ladies, let me see some hearts. Fellas, let me see some dice cubes. It seems like the person that loves the hardest is the one that fears the most. See, the person that was pursued in a relationship, it seems like some of us have and haven't developed the arrogance of security because the person has pursued us. Oh, she been like me. That's what she said. See, back in the days when people had conversations and was courting each other's, certain things like, I've been interested in you, but I just wanted to understand who you are. See, these were conversations that made people humble themselves and appreciate that their character and their integrity was being judged before sex was brought up. Rose gold salute. Did that make any sense to everybody? I'm going to give you an example. It's a beautiful couple right here. My grandmother told me that my grandfather, for months, used to take her to the ice cream parlor. For months, he knew that she loved ice cream. To the day my grandmother passed away, she loved Haagen-Dazs ice cream. That's my favorite ice cream. She said, your grandfather used to take me to get an ice cream soda pop. She said it used to be 15 cents. 15 cents. And she said I always shared it with him. I asked my grandmother, why you just didn't drink it by yourself and let him get his own? She said, because he knew that I love ice cream, but he didn't know that I'd already fell in love with him. That's some deep shit. She said he knew that I loved ice cream, so he made it his business every Friday after he got paid to take me for soda pop and ice cream. She said, but he didn't know that I'd already fell in love with him. And I said, Grandma, so why didn't you tell him this? And she said, because we got to know people when we were younger. Nowadays, I'm noticing, man, people ain't getting to know each other no more, because getting to know each other not saying that I'm attracted to you and you're attracted to me, and then sooner or later, if we stand around each other, it's going to be some friction. Nah, they ain't getting to know each other, man. That's just getting to fucking. And ain't nothing worse than having sex with somebody because you was just so intrigued with their motherfucking aura and their silhouette or whatever, and the sex turns out to be fire, but their attitude is fucking disgusting. Their attitude is disgusting. Do you know what is the most disrespectful thing I see with so many people today? Arrogance and unappreciation. You hold a door open for people today, they don't even say thank you. They feel as though that it's your obligation because of who they feel they are. And little do they know who be holding the door open for them sometimes. Like I showed you on one of my shorts. Just because you go to a building, right? And you see a janitor cleaning up that motherfucking building, you still should show that janitor respect. The reason why you should show that janitor respect, because the janitor might own the motherfucking building. I'll be right back.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? It's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?
Fair YouTube uses, man. Let's get into the rest of what my man Redman had to say, y'all. Let's go.
I was in my house going crazy. I was constantly talking to myself, me and God, and we just back and forth. You would think that it was people living in my house, how much I was talking to myself, but I made it. And it was the best thing I could have ever did in my life, Reggie and Jay. And it cleared out so much distractions. Now my reception is more clear now, and
cleared out so much of his distractions. Can anybody give me an example what they feel as though, I'm gonna give you an example. What do you feel as though he was talking about by his distractions? Without the sex, without the weed, cleared out so much of his distractions. A lot of times niggas smoke weed because they be stressed out. A lot of times people smoke weed is because that's when they feel as though that's the best time to be at peace and think clearly. It's like a meditation state. It's a meditative state. Some people do it for medicinal reasons. There's a situation with a young lady on YouTube. I think she's about 4 or 5 years old, and she used to have bad seizures. She was suffering from a disease much more severe pertaining to epilepsy. Little girl kept falling out, having seizure after seizure after seizure. They gave her some marijuana, like a strong modified particular liquid drop. And she stopped having seizures. This is fact. This is all true. So when it comes to marijuana, I think people have the right to say, well, it's still a drug. You do have a right to say that because of the way that it's been presented to the world. First, it was presented to the world to be more detriment than cocaine and heroin back in the days. And now it's legalized in so many states. Now they're starting to advertise the medicinal benefits of marijuana now. Cancer patients, they're subscribing the medicinal marijuana cards to increase their appetite. You see what Divine said? They got CBD oils now, pertaining with cannabis for ointments and creams. But everybody that's in here right now in a relationship, 6 months with someone without physical intercourse, could you do it? Because the distractions he was talking about is, seem like once you start sleeping with somebody, you start thinking about too much shit. What we doing this weekend? I wonder what she doing now. I wonder what he doing. I wonder who he with. Then there's some weirdos out there. Is he really at work? Is she really at work? I should go up to the job and see if she's there. Mimi! Mimi! Yo, Mimi, where was you at last night for part 1 and 2? We did a show. I need you to go watch it. Comment and tell me how you feel on it. We did a show about sex. Oral sex, to be exact. It can be a factor, a deal breaker pertaining to a relationship. Yeah, we did it part 1 and 2 last night. Go check it out. Rose Gold said, I've done it before, but it wasn't by choice, though my wife was having a rough pregnancy. Sorry to hear that, beloved. I hope everything is all right. I'm talking about by choice. Shit, if you're not in a relationship. But I'm talking about if you really in a relationship, because I think about a lot of shit my grandparents used to tell me, and then I think about the nonsense right now, because there's no more courtship. People are not getting to know who they are dealing with no more, because I'm telling you, some of us are fucked up. We still on it, sis. We still on it, sis. She said, oh, my bad. What I missed? I'm just talking about abstinence. Like I told him earlier, I thought you were still here. I said, you've been abstinent for a year because you haven't been in a relationship. And you know what? Let me explain something to you. This is just some real deep shit I want to ask the ladies that's practiced abstinence. What do you do when you feel like you're going crazy? Like Redman said, it was times when he was in the crib and he was going back and forth with God just like this. He said it was so many conversations he was having in his head, you would have thought people were living in his house with him. That's them demons. That's them demons. Because them demons is going to be like, yo, ain't nothing wrong with doing that shit, man. Go see Shorty, man. Go get up. Go bring her back. Go meet up with Shorty, man. It seemed like that shit is just something. I want to know where that shit came from. Because that's the shit that like, you know, they got a saying out there called too good to be true. Sex is just too motherfucking good to be true. Am I bugging the fuck out? It seemed like that shit opens Pandora box in so many different ways. The distractions, like he said, worryation. See, because if you're in a relationship with somebody, and y'all fuck, it ain't just you. You worrying about, damn, man, she all right? She good? You ain't noticed that if you're in a relationship with somebody. Now pay attention to this. If I'm telling the truth, man, flood this shit with motherfucking dice cubes. Do you notice if you're in a relationship with somebody, right? And they don't call you all day, you start worrying. Is it just me? Is it me? He divorced now. He divorced now, Ro. She said, okay, if you're not in a relationship just to get some, is what do you refer to, Dice? I don't know. I'm trying to, yo, let me tell you something. This is grown folks conversation I'm telling y'all, sis. Like, because I practiced abstinence. One time, like I said, it's because unfortunately, when I was younger, a young lady passed away. And like I said, sometimes I say, damn, if I'd have been in Kim's crib that night, you know, maybe she wouldn't have been asleep. Maybe we'd have been up playing spades. Maybe we'd have been sitting up playing Uno. See, shit like that. And it's not about Kim. Maybe she just is on my spirit because she jumped on my head for this show. It's like certain things that we did when sex wasn't involved just seemed like it was more interesting and more bonding. Yo, let's just go to the movies and get something to motherfucking eat. Go to the movies, get some popcorn, some goobers, some Raisinets. Get back on the motherfucking train. Go to White Castles. Get a motherfucking cab to the block. Sit in front of your crib. Eat your motherfucking food. Put your shorty in the motherfucking cab. Give her a kiss. Go upstairs and go to sleep. Like, it seemed like shit was just more simple back then, man. It seemed like with adulthood, because everybody, that's just the most craziest shit. When we was kids, motherfuckers couldn't wait to have sex. You know that shit fucked us up as kids too? Couldn't wait to have sex. Because back then, that shit wasn't nothing but sex. You know, all that teenage love shit and all that bullshit, yeah. But back then, that shit wasn't nothing but sex. You know why? Because the responsibilities weren't on us as children. And some deep shit. See, number one, you got your heart broke. Back in the days, sometimes we had a support system like our family. Sometimes it was people that families, mothers or fathers had passed away at young ages, but they always had a grandmother, an aunt, a grandfather. You know, an auntie or something like that that took them in, and because of their loss, the love that, see, we had them aunties back in the days that if something happened to your mother due to the addiction of crack or heroin or just anything pertaining to the streets, we had them aunties like Miss Barbara around the corner, rest in peace, on Park Place, that was like, that baby coming to stay with me. See, now, if you go through a certain situation where your loved one is not around, because as a child, you feel to know, well, my moms don't love me because my mom's always in the street. My moms don't love me because my mom's always drunk. My moms don't love me, my mom's getting high. But you got the auntie that's making sure you got the fly clothes, the haircuts, a place to stay, food, a support system. That's a different type of love, you know what I'm saying? But the minute you find that young lady I'm moving out. Ladies, the minute you find that young man, you tell your parents, I'm moving out. That shit is a whole shift-changing experience. Number one, every now and then sneaking, getting some sex and going to sleep and waking up in some sex and, oh, you farting? So that means you want some sex. Oh, you grab me? That means you want some sex. Oh, you yawn? That means you want some sex. That is different. Mimi, you missed it earlier. My sister came in here and said, girls seem to corrupt boys. You know why, Mimi? Just like Super. Shout it out to Super. When you told him you played, what was it, softball, or soccer, and you something about some socks, he went crazy. Because y'all women know that y'all have the power of attraction. My mother always said this. If you take a handsome man and make him walk past 100 women. She said, yeah, it's going to be some thirsty bitches that try to get with him. She said, but if you take one beautiful woman and walk her past 100 men, every one of them are going to shoot their shot. That's the power of attraction. Because she used to always say, we got the power of attraction, so it's always going. My mother said, I swear to God, this woman said some deep shit. Ladies, let me tell y'all some game. I'm going to give y'all some Sharon McLeod game. She told me to say some things, so I'm going to tell you some things. You dig what I'm saying? This woman right here, a lot of people that didn't hear this story, this woman right here was the best thing God ever created. And she said, boy, there's two type of women in this world. No, Mimi, I ain't seen them. This woman right here said there are two type of women in this world. And I said, what you mean, Ma? She said there's hoes and there's whores. I said, what? She said there are hoes and there are whores. She said, you need to get yourself a good hoe like me. Make sure if I'm not here to see it, she was a good hoe like me. I used to be like, yo, Ma, stop saying that shit about yourself, man. You ain't no fucking hoe. She said, boy, shut up. Let me tell you the definition between a hoe and a whore. She said a hoe will call a man on Friday night and be like, hey, baby, how you doing? I was thinking about you this week. You busy? And if you say that you aren't busy, she say, but well, you know what? I was thinking about coming to check you. I'll be over there, et cetera, et cetera. She said that young lady is going to see you. And when she gets to your house, she's going to have some herb. She might have a little bottle. And she's going to have a change of clothes in some type of bag because it's a just in case, it's a good case that she might want to spend the night with you. She said, so if everything goes right that first night, she said, y'all are razzle and dazzle and do your thing. She said she'll get up the next day. Y'all might spend together another day and she might decide to spend another night with you. She said, but when she wakes up Sunday, she's going to say, it's been a pleasure. I can't wait till the next time until we meet again. That's what my mama told me. She said, but let me tell you about a stinking ass whore. She said a whore, she gonna call you Friday night. The minute she call you, it's gonna be a distress call. The energy is gonna be off. She's gonna be like, man, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of my family. They always on my back, etc., etc. I wanna get out this house. I wanna come see you, but I ain't have no money. Can I take a cab to come see you? She said, and then a lot of you men, y'all like to think with your little head, but you don't even know what you're inviting to your house. So when you pay that cab, when she comes to the house, she ain't even gonna have a motherfucking change of clothes, not a toothbrush, nothing. She gonna be hungry. You're gonna have to go buy your own herb. She gonna want a pack of cigarettes. And she drink. So when you wake up Saturday morning, you're gonna want to out your house because the sex was garbage. It wasn't like when the hoe came and checked you. Her energy was beautiful. She came with gifts. Herb, beer, alcohol. But that whore ain't going nowhere Saturday. That whore is going to lay in that bed with that same t-shirt you gave her because she didn't come with a change of clothes. And you're going to be looking at her giving all these type of hints like, and since you thinking with your little head, instead of telling that woman to get dressed and leave your house, you're going to open the door by asking her the stupidest fucking question like, when you going home? And she's going to say, well, I was just going to stay again if it's all right with you. That's how they do it. That's how they do it, Mimi. She said, well, I ain't really have nothing to do. I don't want to go back to my house. I'll go home tomorrow. Now, check this out. She knew this Friday. That's them stinking whores. She knew she wasn't going nowhere this Sunday. Now you had to buy some more food, some more herb, another bottle, because she's a drunk. She's a goddamn alcoholic. You don't want her there, so the sex is going to be disgusting. But because we think with our little heads when we're young, we're still going to have sex with the dummy. So when she get up tomorrow, she still ain't going to want to take that t-shirt off. Then you're going to have to insist that she wash her ass and get dressed. And go the fuck home. She said the best part of this, boy, if you don't never remember nothing else I said. She said, you know the difference between hoes and whores? And I said, what, Ma? She said, hoes fuck when they want to. Whores fuck because they have to.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, and he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds be cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. All these expensive clothes like was that smart? Now they uploading they clothes on the Poshmark. Switch baby, careful with this. I mean this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like high from who? Bound to put your car on skates. You think you sliding through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from. What y'all want to do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, and he still told.
Yeah. FTC Vice always say that, Devon. His mama said her son ain't never hurt nobody, but in the streets, they said that nigga got a bunch of bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold, because it's a nigga in every hood that's rich, but he's still told. That shit don't even make no sense, man. Mama said my son ain't never hurt nobody. In the streets, they said that nigga got a bunch of bodies. She said, my 13-year-old son is officially taller than me. He just came up to me telling me this. I'm little, laugh out loud. Well, you know, I told my moms that too. I told her that in 7th grade. I officially was taller than my mom. Matter of fact, that's 13. That's a fact. 7th grade, because the year I graduated from junior high school, when I was going to Boys and Girls High School, I was taller than my mom's. My mom's is 5'6". Mimi said, I'm only 5'4". Divine said, whores get down because they have to. Oh, the other part is hoes fuck because they want to. Meaning, a real woman, whether she says she's going to be with this man or not, if this is a choice she's making as an adult to have consensual sex with another motherfucking adult, that's her goddamn choice. But she don't come begging. And she coming bringing something to the fucking table besides sex. Understand that, y'all? Besides sex. People just meet each other now on these gram, the social internet. 2 days later, somebody pregnant. Back in the days, motherfuckers sat up playing cards. Remember, crack a 40 or old ounce. I got a cup for you. You got a cup for me. Or I was drinking St. Ives and you was drinking Cola Champagne. Or you was drinking pink champagne, ladies. Or you was drinking Bottles and James. Or you was drinking Calvin Coolers. Cassandra, good night, sis. Mimi said, I love playing cards. This is what we was doing back in the days. Just to pass time, we was playing I Declare War. We was playing, see, now check this out. It started out as I Declare War, and then you drinking. Then you smoking. Then the aphrodisiac situation pops up. Then you say, let's play strip poker. See, everything was intriguing back in the day. Every day, back in the days, it was things that you knew and you didn't know, but you was knowing about it when you didn't even know what was happening, and then you knew it was happening. That makes sense, I hope. She said, I love playing cards. We still do it in my house. You know why? Because you blessed, sis. And that's a fact. People ain't doing that shit no more. Yo, I know this shit may sound funny. This shit may sound funny. I wish all cell phones and stuff was bad. Sometimes I wish it went straight back to, like we said, house phones, no beepers. More reasons for people to stay in the crib, come home from work with families, communicate with each other. This new technology of social media, we got our kids now with Uber accounts. All jokes aside, yo, you notice that shit? No disrespect intended to no parent that does this. I never do no shit like this, yo. I don't go fuck with nobody. I'm hearing this from a retired street nigga. I never do no shit like that. I never call no fucking body and entrust them with my motherfucking child, talking about because they went through some goddamn background check that somebody didn't find yet, or they didn't get convicted, or nobody don't really know what they did, and then my child gets up in this motherfucking clown car, and then my child winds up missing or sexually assaulted or harmed or put in some horrific. Nah, I don't move like that. That shit is goofy shit. That shit is straight up goofy shit. Parents ain't talking to their kids no more. They buying them the most expensive iPhones and the most expensive iPads because they know their children are more captivated and interested in a motherfucking iPhone instead of their parents making it intriguing like our parents did back in the days when they was telling us to play games like Hangman. When our parents was playing Othello with us. When my parents was playing backgammon with me. When my parents was playing Monopoly with me. Monopoly is a game that's been going on, I know, for at least 40 years. Monopoly. All that shit that we was doing in the crib that occupied our minds over sex is gone. It's gone. I laugh now because down here in the Carolinas, they got karaoke bars. Some of the funniest shit you could ever see in your life. If you go to a karaoke bar, some of the most funniest shit you will ever see in your life. Number one, the silhouette is dim. Most of the time, it's like a barn grill, steak, shrimp, you know what I'm saying? Tenders or some shit like that, alcohol. So the environment is set for peace the minute you walk in. Calming, silhouette type grown shit, sipping on something, smoking a cigar. A lot of the spots down here, they got cigar motherfucking cases. Like cigars is the big thing down here in the South. And you doing karaoke. Now check this out. By the time you get to the fact where you're a little saucy, you up there singing Tender Love by the Force MDs. All that shit that's going on need to be worldwide, man. People need to start doing more things to occupy their time instead of worrying about sex, man. Because that shit to me is really, really, I'm trying to see where the fuck did that shit come from, because I've always said that sex is too good to be true. It's something about sex, like Redman said, that destroys us spiritually as far as in faith. Faith. And the Most High, whichever way you want to take it or interpret it. It seemed like when it comes with worryation, I wonder if this person is cheating on me. I wonder if this person doing this. Or I wonder if this person is okay. Or I wonder if this person is going. That whole worryation thing with faith is not supposed to exist if you're at peace. So it's like, I think if people not really in tune with themselves yet, understanding what really upsets them, because that's another thing too. That healing process too has to be implicated in a lot of people's lives, including myself. I'm working on it. That healing shit, woo, that's a new one. Mimi said, it's a fucked up world we live in, ran by the industrial military complex. Big Cav, salute. He said that's because the Most High didn't create sex for pleasure. It was created for procreation. Yo, you know what? That's some deep shit. Shout out to you, Kev, for that, man. Shout out to you, man. I gotta pin that. I almost put your ass in motherfucking time. I seen P and almost pressed that shit. That should have said I gotta pin that. That's some real deep shit right there, man. That's because the Most High didn't create sex for pleasure. It was created for the procreation of mankind. And that's some real deep shit, because check this out. It seems like, no offense to nobody. No offense to nobody. I went through a big situation a long time ago with my son mother over this situation, over this conversation right here. Body enhancement surgery. My son mother, she had my son in 98. For some reason, she was under the impression that something was wrong with her breasts as far as in appearance. And at the time, I'm looking at her going, I think this is because of the situation with breast milk and stuff like that, because she was telling me how she was feeling about getting a breast augmentation surgery to like enhance her breasts. And I was like, yo, I don't think you should do that. And she thought I was saying it like in a hating way. She was like, "Oh, you worried about this and worried about that because you know people niggas gonna be." And then that whole situation made me laugh because I said, "Damn." She just admitted what I wanted to say to her. She said, "I would be upset because niggas would show her more attention." So in my mind, even though I didn't understand, I interpreted it so clearly like that. It hit my spirit. But at that particular moment when she said that, I said, this is vanity. This is vanity. This is straight up vanity. You are making a decision to reconstruct your physical body that was given to you by the Most High. That's something that's in your mind. Because something in your mind told you, check this out, that you should perform this procedure to enhance your beauty in your mind, check this out, to possibly please the person that you're with or attract someone to be with. Check it out with the young ladies on Instagram, the butt implants. The breast augmentations. The liposurgeries. The tummy tucks. The injects. Now, this is the only reason why I think, my opinion only, why somebody should be having injects or something like that in the face if you had, unfortunately, an accident. Or you was maybe, you know what I'm saying, born with a defect that maybe a doctor said, if this procedure was done, this might just clear up this because it's going to spread or tear some. It got to be something from like a medical procedure where if you don't address this situation right here, it's going to spread or something like that. I don't see it being a dire need for a woman to say, you know what? I'm going to get a breast augmentation because I don't like the way my chest look anymore. Matter of fact, I'm going to get the ass implant surgery because I don't like the way my behind looks. To me, that's so deep to the fact just to attract someone, whether it's male or female, and the whole objection after the attraction and the meetup is sex. It's sex. I'm talking about the ones on Instagram. I'm talking about the ones on Facebook. I'm talking about the ones on YouTube. I'm talking about the ones on TikTok. There are pages now. This is another new hustle now, where Instagram models are now doing YouTube pages as content creators, talking about going to a photo shoot, cooking in the kitchen, and laughing with a dog. Divine said, nope, all natural. That way you know I'm a real old woman. Mimi said, amen at divine order. She said, the lips too, I can't, it's so ugly. I really don't get it. Mimi, let me tell you something. I don't get it. And that don't have nothing to do with color. I think it looks strange on illy. And I know Black women that have got lip-filled surgeries, a couple of them on Love and Hip Hop, looking like some shit off of Shark Tank. The Will Smith animation movie. I'm dead serious. It's just not a good look. And you see what she said? And they did it for you guys, apparently. To do what? To attract the man, to be with them, And eventually it's for what? To have sex with this person. It seems, is that a, what is it? What is it with the just whole mysteria about having sex with somebody? Conquering the fact of knowing, not conquering as far as trying to be somebody, being a macho man as a gigolo or some chick talking about she just running around fucking niggas. No, that's not what I'm saying. What is it about the whole intrigue in a law and the mysteria about the whole sexual connection happening? Like, what is it to just be like, I wonder how it would be to be with this person sexually? Why is that shit something that allures people to each other and magnetizes people to each other to the fact where sometimes it turns out to be some of the most beautiful situations? But there's so many times where it was just situations. This nigga Kev is crazy. He said, yo, well, variety for the same reason is why people try different foods. Mimi said, I'm starting to really think this shit, y'all. I don't know. I was bugging. I don't know. When I seen the situation with Redman saying that he fasted for 2.5 years with marijuana and having sex, and I was so honored to hear him say this because people fail to realize this. If you tired of being a gangster, respectfully, you got to stop moving with gangsters. And I'm not saying if your man is in your, when your cousins or used to be around, or one of your friends is in the family because they're with one of your sisters or your cousins or something like that, and when you see them at a cookout or a family get-together, it's nothing wrong with you interacting with them. Yo, what's up? How you doing? You all right? You good? Let's drink. Let's smoke like we used to. Let's have a good time or whatever like that. But the minute we leave, I'm going to fuck home. I'm not going with you to the block to grab my gun and hold you down because we got a multi-million-dollar motherfucking operation going on anymore. Redman said he had to start cutting off certain friends, people that he was friends to, but obviously he didn't feel as though they were friends to him. Because if I come to you one day and say, yo, check this out, boy, I'm not feeling this situation. You can still support me from a distance. You can still support me from a distance. Yo, we used to be going to strip clubs. Yo, son, I ain't fucking with that shit no more. You still going to strip clubs? Go ahead and go to the strip club, my nigga. But call me and check on me and ask me about me and mines as though, like when we was going to the strip club together. Let's not just discontinue the friendship because I decided not to indulge in this no more. Because this, like Redman said, he said this shit caused him a 7-year fighting battle with his ex-wife. Think about that shit. Going to strip clubs and shit like that. You're one of the hottest rappers in the motherfucking game. Back in the days, EPMD, Redman, Keith Murray, them niggas walking up in a strip club, they're gonna get attacked because everybody know they had the bag. Method Man and Redman, when they came out with the Blackout album, he said some deep shit. He said the reason why him and Method Man never had a falling out because they never discussed nothing about no fucking money. They friends. He said when somebody came to them and said, yo, we're going to give you this project, he said we wasn't arguing about, yo, we should get this much more or we should get this much this and they should do this much. He said, because that's when the egos get involved with the shit. When you start telling yourself they offering you $2.5 million and a motherfucking tour that's going to engross you over 40 million motherfucking dollars a year. And you say, nah, them niggas got to give me 5 million up front. Some dumbass nigga shit. He said they never had no problem. He said all they knew and they guaranteed to each other was, yo, we going to get this money. The How High contract, when they came out with one of the biggest motherfucking movies in the world, especially pertaining to marijuana. Money. The Blackout album, part 1 and 2. Classics. Them niggas got money. Redman is doing some of the most, Y'all be surprised. They be talking about motherfucking Scott Storch and all that, man. Y'all niggas need to really start paying attention if you into instruments and music, where a lot of this production is coming from. Redman. Niggas is really, really lucrative in the rap game. So now I'm thinking about it from a whole spiritual aspect. The whole, everything he was saying about abstinence. Kev said the new album is fire. Mimi said something about still on YouTube. Get it going, y'all. But think about that, y'all. Abstinence. Married couples. If you're married in the chat, have you ever practiced abstinence to see if the love, the genuine attraction and the spark that y'all have with each other still exists when y'all still coexist and live with each other, sleep with each other daily in a motherfucking same house? Just imagine that shit. If when y'all were having, if before you agreed on this celibacy, abstinence, journey together, before you was always sleeping ass naked together, don't start putting on goddamn quilts and goddamn sheepskin boots and all that shit because now you're trying to practice abstinence. If you're really respecting the relationship and getting to know what you have with this person together, go back to motherfucking sleeping ass naked. If this is a commitment to motherfucking understanding who y'all are to each other and strengthening y'all bond, I swear to God, I think that should have you more in line. Yo, Kev, I disagree. You know why I disagree? That's why I disagree. I agree to disagree. It can cause an argument, pay attention, if the reason of abstinence is not discussed amongst each other like adults. Yo, check this out, Ma. A couple of times we done had some real crucial arguments towards each other. Like, yeah, I said some things out of the moment that I shouldn't have said. You've said some things out of the moment that you shouldn't have said. The things you said to me were impactful. I know the things I've said to you was impactful. Have you healed from what I said to you? Have you genuinely understood I was just caught up in the moment? I may have lashed out some things or tried to say some things towards you, but have you really healed to the fact that no, I was just upset? And vice versa. And vice versa, without just swiping it under the motherfucking rug and moving it on. That goes on with a lot, I feel as though, quote unquote, a lot of relationships is swiping under the rug. And what I mean by swiping under the rug is if you have a really, really misunderstanding with somebody that you care about, especially you're sharing a home with. One thing for sure, two things for certain. Tell that person you love them before you go to sleep. And mean that shit. Tell that person you love them before you go to sleep. Some people wake up in heaven or hell. But when it comes to an abstinence agreement because of things that maybe we both haven't healed over, or you haven't healed over, or I haven't healed over, if we're really in love with each other and we're really in a relationship, two people that can relate to each other, to have a bond through friendship, if we're in a relationship like that, I should be able to humble myself for you. You should be able to humble yourself for me. So we're humbling ourselves for the best of us. So abstinence shouldn't even be a problem. Like, think about this. The same things you was doing before, you still doing. The same way you looked at him happy when he came through the door, He'll look at him the same way you looked at her, the same way you might have slapped her on the ass when she walked by, bit on her neck or some goofy shit, the same way you might have bit him, girl, or kissed him. Keep that same energy up. Because the sex is what not, quote unquote, attracts us. It's our personalities. Our interests have to line up. The physical outside of it sometimes is a factor. I don't believe that that can always be, because I've seen some odd couples and the love that they share is incredible. I'm talking about, I've seen some couples that people may joke about, and the reason why I'm not going to joke about it because I'm so sincere. I've seen some couples that may not have been the most attractive people to the world. Like, he may not be the most attractive person or the definition of what somebody might be calling handsome, or she might be not be the definition of somebody might, oh, she a bad or beautiful chick, but the love and the respect and the honor and the devotion that they show to each other. I know a couple that's not appealing to the world, but I'm telling you something, the devotion and the loyalty, the way this man opens the door for her, the way she will stop if he stops, the way he will stop if she stops, the protection and the teamwork that they display with each other at work makes them more attractive than anybody physically that I've ever seen in my life, except my grandparents. Like, I ain't seen no shit like this since my grandparents. Might not be the most attractive people to the world, but their spirits are so beautiful. And the bunk part about it is they don't have nothing. Like, literally, I can't even go into it. I was trying to tell them if they can come on the story and tell their story, because there was a bad storm down here and they don't have nothing. Because, you know, a lot of people in the South, unfortunately, thank God I'm not like that, but a lot of people live in trailers. And some of the trailers are trailers that they rent. And some of these hurricanes we have down here are very, very, the back of my house was, I had to put a brand new extension. My roof in the back of my house was pulled off. And I got a brick house. When it comes to the weeds, the spins, the winds and the speed of these winds that accumulate down here, yo, it's times where I've seen, I'm talking about towns destroyed. And these people right here, they come to work every day. They're always smiling. They always have a word of encouragement. And when it comes to employees, their reputations is immaculate. So let me tell you something. I know they don't really be killing each other like that because they really are not that attractive to the world as we would imagine. But the demonstrations of love that they show each other is more attractive, like I said, than what we would even look at like, damn, that's a good couple. You know what I'm saying? And because of their size and things and habits that I see they have, you know, habits, like, you know, watching couch potatoes. They speak about how they watch Fire Stick shows, like they was talking about Breaking Bad and Tulsa King and The Penguin, like certain things we speak about at lunch, you know what I'm saying? Couch potatoes. So you can tell that the porn star action, as I would say with in a joking mannerism, is not really something that's serious pertaining to these guys. You understand what I'm saying to you? I did this show on it, Mimi. She said, yo, the LA land grab is real. Mountain Dew flaming hot, flaming coming out before the fire, same as Maui blast before the inhale burning. I did the show. I don't believe in coincidence. The show Mimi. Great minds think alike, sis. You know, I'm just fucking with you. And I ended it because I'm going to do a part 2 on that. Because I ended it with the Maui situation with Oprah and The Rock buying up all that land. But Mimi, can I tell you some deep shit? Let me ask you something since you brought that up. We understand that some of the most expensive homes in California are gone, including the Playboy Mansion and both of Puff Daddy homes. We're going to get past that. Both of Puff Daddy's homes. But Mimi, let me ask you something. When it comes to Maui, right? What is the situation that you notice the most about Maui that they don't talk about no more, Mimi? That's what I'm going to talk about in part 2. Let me ask you something. What do you think is the situation that they just completely brushed under the rug and they don't talk about no more about the Maui situation? What happened to all the children, Mimi? Pay attention. What happened to all the children that were missing during the Maui fires? And what happened to the alleged situation about some tunnel? Where them kids went? Where them kids went? Mimi said, pitch black flavor before the blackout. Ain't no hoo-hoo. But come on. Shout out to DMW Shots. He said the same thing. He said they did all them situations, ironically, allegedly, was going on in California right now for the new world. Now, when they say this new world, this new technology, this new technical world that they're supposed to be putting together, yo, let me tell you something, man. We'll do a show on Elon Musk. He's a very interesting guy, man. I really want to talk about him, man, because there's some things that he is talking about that makes a hell of a lot of sense. And then there's some things that he's talking about that makes me really try to understand his real intentions. Because he got some hell of ideas, man. Like, he just launched a motherfucking company where he's guaranteeing to have 100 millionaires in 90 days. For real. Oh, tell you the truth, L'Oreal. She said, careful on him. Nah, I ain't talking about no bashing. I'm talking about I'm really interested in this dude because he's very interested. I swear, yo, you know when I knew he was interested? When he started talking about the trip out of space. When he started talking about a trip out of space, I said, this cat here different. Because I'm into all that type of motherfucking sci-fi shit. I ain't gonna front. I be watching Ancient Aliens and all that shit, y'all. I ain't gonna front. I'm into that type of shit. Me and you are brothers from other mothers, brothers and sisters from other mothers, because I did a show, I was talking about him and quote-unquote Russell Simmons. I don't fuck with them pedophilic bastards. She said, it's fucking Tom Hanks, man. Can't stand him amongst these other disgusting pigs. Mimi voice. She said, it's fucking Tom Hanks, man. Yeah, that's what I like about white people. All jokes aside, I swear to God I love Mimi. She hold me down, I remember all that. Shout out to Paul Enslaved. You dig what I'm saying? You heard what she said? She said, it's fucking Tom Hanks, man. Like, it's fucking Tom Hanks, man. Can't fucking stand him amongst these other disgusting pigs. Gav said, He is interesting, but the jury out on his ass for me. Yo, when I seen that they wrote him into the animation series of Good Times. The animation series of Good Times. They wrote him into the animation series of Good Times. And the theme of the show was so intriguing and spooky at the same fucking time. I ain't even gonna spoil it. If you got Fire Stick, pull up Good Times, the animated version, and do the scene with Elon Musk. This dude is very, very interesting. Word up. She said, your best actors is Robert De Niro of all of them. She said, fucking Steven Spielberg. She said, with that little girl from Poltergeist's name, you talking about Drew Barrymore. That's not Poltergeist, that's Firestarter, forgive me. He's a fucking demon. She said, no, the little girls had died. Damn. She died. Like I said, I appreciate everybody for coming out for this show. Because I thought it was kind of deep. One of the people that I grew up listening to in rap, that I still listen to, Redman. And the way that his career was coming up, and him being in Weeksville Projects with the Twins and DJ Scratch from Albany Projects, the way that they were known to interact with women all over the world, cross seas, Jamaica, Trinidad, they was like some of the first rappers that was really going overseas. You got to understand this. Redman and Method Man are great friends, but you got to understand, Method Man is a part of the award-winning Wu-Tang Clan. Them niggas was worldwide touring. Worldwide touring. And then you got to pay attention. If you know Redman, when Redman was Redman, seems like he's more fit now. They're into the juice bars now. You know what I'm saying? So, like he said, the situation that he went through with the bad divorce with his ex-wife, 7 years, you know, that was draining on him. So pay attention to this. He's going through a situation. He's probably out in the street more trying to get away from certain things. Like he said, the distractions and all that bullshit. So a month turned into 2 months and et cetera, turned to 2.5 months. He said it was the best thing that he had ever done. So I don't think that to be mindful of just having an abstinence, practicing abstinence in a relationship, whether people are just in a relationship or married, whether they don't live in the same household or the same household, to see if they still have the same interests and sparks that was inside of them before sex was brought into the goddamn game. When you couldn't wait to take her to the movies. When you couldn't wait to get dressed to go out with him. When you couldn't wait to take her to the family's barbecue. When you couldn't wait to meet his moms. That type of enthusiasm, that has to come back. That has to come back because it wasn't sex that encouraged that. It wasn't sex that encouraged that. It was really getting to know a person. After you got to know a person, sitting on the phone with them 2 and 3 hours, and knowing if they know how to play spades or if they be reneging, knowing if they know how to do the whop in the motherfucking party, knowing that they like 4 chicken wings, they don't want no onions in their fried rice, knowing that they got 3 brothers, 2 of them is in motherfucking jail, they got a grandmother in the hospital, knowing that they got, see, these is things we knew and really got to know and engage with each other before we even had the heart to even go forth with sex. Sex is just something that's just pulled out right now to do. Something to do. Remember when niggas was just nervous about having sex? Now that shit is just a comfortable way of life now. And there's so much motherfucking spirituality that goes on when we insert and lock up with each other like that and form one. People don't understand. That's like some Indiana Jones shit where niggas is putting keys and goddamn screws and turning them around and goddamn walls is opening up with a bunch of goddamn treasures inside of them. Because life is a treasure. To turn liquid into one of us. Physical form of life is a fucking blessing and a treasure all in one. She said, that's the fucking truth and I ain't scared to expose anyone. She said, I'd rather die for the truth than stand for anything else. You ain't said nothing. I'm starting to think you from Brooklyn, Mimi. You ain't got no need to have to say no, I'm sorry. I ain't even putting that crazy shit up, girl. This is grown folks conversation over here. So before I get out of here, look at the person you're with. I'm not telling you to stop loving them. I'm telling you to prove that you love them more. I'm talking about prove that you love them more. Prove that they love you more. You see, we had to do these things. What projects you live in? I live in Albany Projects. I live in Fort Greene. I live in Jackie Robinson. I live in Brevoort. I live in Roosevelt. I live in Tompkins. I live in Howard. I live in Van Dyke. I live in Linden houses. I live in Pink houses. And you got to take me home. See, these was decisions that you had to make because the woman that before you thought you was going to get some loving when you barely got to suck a nipple and you might have got to give her a hickey for some type of indication to prove that she was involved with somebody, the anticipation and your dedication had to be proven when she said, you taking me home? Because she knew when we was coming up, you had to prove that you was damn near ready to die for a motherfucker. She said, reach out to me, Dice. I'll share info I have with you. Shit, we could do a goddamn show, man. What is you talking about sex? Kev said, Dice, what changed is that when we got older, we realized people who lead with sex probably don't have much of anything else to fucking offer, bro. Oh. That's crazy. It's all right, Egypt. Go ahead back to sleep. You good. Egypt done woke up out of sleep growling. You all right? You all right? Breathe. You all right? Come here. You good? You asleep. Yo, Cav, come here. My dog was over there snoring. And when she heard me shake my head, growling off of what you said, because it was so powerful to me, she woke up out her sleep like she was growling at a fucking dog. On my mother, she was over there snoring, sounding like Al Cramden. Say hello before we get out of here. Come on. Show me woke up. Say good night before we get out of here. Say hello. Say hello. Come on. Go ahead. Go ahead and say hello. Say hello. Just look. Say what up. Say hi to the crowd because you like you spoiled. Time to take you outside. I know. You spoiled. They be always hearing you in the background, so I got to give you some love. You know that. Got to give you some love. They always here in the background getting on my nerves. Shout out to Egypt, y'all. She in the building. I'm about to take this crazy moron outside, but before I get out of here, this is what I want you to do, y'all. Seriously. Think about what I'm saying. Shout out to Redman. I would have never imagined. Now, if you hear something like, a reverend or activist or old retired gangster saying something like, yo, after doing a lot of time and losing a lot of my time because I was running through these women and that women and never gave real women a chance to really show their devotion. I lost a lot of things, so I just took some time to just get to know me. So when the Most High does put somebody new in my life that I can share with whatever time I have left, it'll be more powerful to me, because I think that if you know what to expect or know it's going to be good or bad in a relationship with somebody when it comes to being physical, I think that's also could be an enhancement as far as if you feel as though something ain't right with you sexually, if you're bored or something like that. Think about it. If somebody took the time to wait 90 days or 6 months just to prove their motherfucking love and loyalty to you, I think that'll make the whole physical sexual aspect more explosive. But you know, some say tomato, some say tomato. A lot of y'all wear Adidas. When I was coming up, we used to wear Lottos. Peace.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? It's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free.